Hey guys, so today's video we are doing some Am I the Arsehole posts. I apologise in advance for my hair. I'm going to be manoeuvring it around a bunch. I'm in that awkward stage of growing it all out and I hate it. Am I the arsehole for telling a friend I hated the way she invited me to hang out? So I've talked to a friend about this, but he's very much like me and wanted other people's opinions and views on the matter. Since this happened, the girl has made zero contact with me, and I don't really know if I should try to reach out to her and bring what happened. I'm guessing that's up again, so we can talk it out, or I'm just tripping and overthinking things. Basically what happened is that me and this girl were in a group voice call with a bunch of her friends, all dudes if that matters. She texted me even though we were in voice chat, actively talking about stuff and having a great time. In the text, she invited me to play with her and a girlfriend I've played with before to a cart game, which I really enjoy. I, being on the voice chat already, figured she was just texting me so I could hear her because other dudes were talking, and as soon as there is space, I answer on the call saying I'd be available, no problem. But that I had to check on the exact time. And at that point, she started messaging me like crazy, telling me to shut up and that she didn't want the rest to hear about the invite. That's the reason she texted me. I just texted back multiple question marks and leave it at that, not wanting to say anything else while on the call with her friends. I generally prefer talking over text messages because text can be misinterpreted, but more so if we're already on a call, and spend another hour or so while on the call playing nothing else that day. The next day, she messaged me various times during the day saying if I would be available to play and so on. But in the end, I texted her that I really hated the way she invited me and that I would not feel okay with myself accepting those types of invitations. She apologised and I told her there was nothing to apologise for, but I would not accept those invites. After that, there have been zero communications between the two of us, and it's been a couple of weeks like that. We talked a couple of days ago because our mutual girlfriend reached out to play a game in common, but neither of us bring what happened up. So that's it. I don't really know why I hated the way she invited me. Could be that I wanted her to be upfront and brave about inviting me in front of her friends, or that she couldn't be honest with said friends, maybe a little bit of both. Did it ever occur to you that perhaps she asked you privately because she didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings or make them feel left out? Just because you have no problem inviting people to hang out while others are around doesn't mean she is comfortable with that. The fact you feel hatred over such a thing is a little extra too. You're the arsehole. You're the arsehole, bro. You freaked out because she was trying to hang out with just you and not everyone you were talking to at once. You blew it. Yeah, I would agree. This is a lot of manufactured drama over nothing. I was so confused even reading it. Am I the arsehole for cutting off my sisters financially after my niece told my 7-year-old son, "People like you have no place at our table," and my whole family laughed? No. I can already tell. I've been supporting my sister financially for 3 years. Not small amounts either. We're talking $2,000 a month. She should be worshipping the ground you walk on. This isn't $2,000, oh, you can pay me back over a certain period of time. $2,000 a month? That's $24,000 a year. That's a full-time job just supporting your fucking sister. Her husband walked out when their daughter was 12, left them with nothing but debt. I stepped in because that's what family does, right? I paid for their apartment, groceries, my niece's phone bill, her college application fees, everything. I'm sorry, but, and this may sound harsh, if you don't have the money, and I'm not saying that you can't ask for help, but you need to like scrimp and save a lot more. If you are not in a financial position to be able to support yourself, you should not be putting things like your niece's phone bill onto your sister. Things like food, obviously, keeping the house with electricity and rent and things like that, 100%, I can understand why that may be necessary for you to ask for help for. Things like a phone bill? Seriously? And also, if this person's going to college, why can't they get a job and pay for their own phone bill? I'm sorry, but that sounds like they're old enough. This is not me saying like, oh, this person might be struggling to be able to afford it. Okay, well then they need to reduce their phone plan. I'm sorry, but if you are not in a financial position to be able to afford it, you have to save in certain ways. My son is 7. He's mixed race. Oh, fucking hell, here we go. And I'm not saying that because they're mixed race. I'm saying that is that why people like you have no place at the table comment was made? Because, wow. His father and I split when he was a baby, but we co-parent fine. I met someone new 2 years ago. We're engaged now. My family has always been, let's say, they smile to my face while I hear things. Little comments. My mum once said my son would have a harder life, and when I asked what she meant, she just shrugged. But I ignored it. Kept writing those checks every month. Last Sunday was my mum's birthday dinner at my sister's place, the place I've been paying rent on. I got there with my son and my fiance. My nephew, sister's oldest, he's 19, opened the door and this look crossed his face. He didn't say hi to my son, just stepped aside. The dining room was packed. My sister, her 3 kids, my mum, 2 aunts, my cousin and her husband. Everyone was already seated. There were exactly enough chairs, no extras. My sister saw us and her smile went weird. Oh, you brought them. Them, like my son and fiance, were strangers. You said family dinner, I said. I meant, you know what, it's fine. But she didn't get up, didn't get extra chairs. My cousin's husband actually pulled his chair closer to the table, like he was making a point about the space. My fiance whispered that we should leave, but I was already angry. I went to the kitchen and grabbed 2 folding chairs myself, brought them back, squeezed them in. My son sat next to my niece. She's 17. I've paid for her SAT prep, her summer camps, her laptop. She looked at him like he was dirt on her shoe. I can't believe the way these people are treating this person. Dinner was tense. People talked around us. My mum asked my cousin about her new job, asked my nephew about college applications. Nobody asked my son about school. Nobody asked for my fiance anything. 40 minutes of being invisible. Then my niece's phone rang. She answered it right at the table. Yeah, I'm stuck at this dinner thing. Pause. I know, it's so awkward. She was looking straight at my son while she said it. I would have, like, I'm not even joking, grabbed that table and, like, thrown it, because how the fuck are they sitting there with this much audacity? I'm angry just listening to this. I opened my mouth, but my sister cut in. Honey, maybe take that in another room? My niece stood up. As she passed my son's chair, she leaned down, whispered directly in his ear, but loud enough for me to hear. People like you have no place at our table. My son's whole body went stiff. He's 7. He didn't understand all of it, but he understood enough. I've been saying this for a while. I'm putting a lot of this down to Trump because he is normalised. I'm not saying people like Farage have not normalised this in British culture as well, but Trump has made racists, in my opinion, feel comfortable again. And it's the same in the UK. It's the same in a lot of Western society. This shit is getting worse and worse and worse. The racists are rampant. The amount of attacks that are going on is fucking terrifying. It's this sort of shit not being called out or normalised in these families that is making this shit worse. And my family laughed. Not even trying to hide it, my nephew actually snorted. My mum covered her mouth, but her shoulders were shaking. My sister looked down at her plate with this little smile. I've never felt cold like that before. Everything just went quiet in my head. I stood up, took my son's hand. He was fighting tears, I could tell. My fiancé was already standing, his jaw clenched so tight. We're leaving, I said. My sister's smile dropped. Oh, come on, don't be so sensitive. She's 17, she doesn't mean anything. That kind of behaviour is not acceptable. I would be taking that phone, breaking it in half and throwing it down the fucking toilet. I didn't answer, just walked out with my son and fiance, got in the car. My son asked if we could get ice cream and his voice cracked and I wanted to drive back in there and flip the whole table over. That's what I said! But I didn't. I took him for ice cream, sat with him while he ate in silence. That evening, my phone lit up. Text from my sister. You're still sending money, right? Rent's due on the 3rd. The fucking audacity. I stared at that message for a long time. Looked at my son watching TV, still quiet, still hurt. Thought about 3 years of $2,000 checks. 3 years? 3 fucking years? I'd be going to, not even small claims court, I'd be going to court to get that money back and get like a legal order for her to pay it back. Wow. Thought about my niece's face when she said those words. I texted back, people like me don't help. Then I blocked her number. Good for you. My phone exploded. My mum called 6 times. My nephew sent a long message about how I'm abandoning family over a joke. That was a choice. And you all accepted it around that fucking table. If you need their money so much, why don't you guys help her? Why don't you guys pay for those phone bills, apartment bills, grocery bills, etc.? Why aren't you helping if you think that behaviour's okay? She ain't your fucking gravy train. My cousin said I was being dramatic. Yeah, because racism is just dramatic. My aunt said my niece is just a teenager and I'm that adult, so I should be immature. That's the point. It was all of you around that table not calling that shit out. Not one single person apologised for what was said to my son. By Tuesday, my sister was calling from different numbers. I didn't answer. She left voicemails. First they were angry. You can't do this. I have bills. Then they were pleading. Please, I'll tell her. She'll apologize. By Wednesday, she was crying on my voicemail. We're going to get evicted. You're really going to let your niece and nephews be homeless? Do you like my acting? No scratching. You're so naughty. My mum showed up at my house yesterday. Didn't even ask how my son was doing. Just said I was being cruel, that I'm punishing children for one mistake. Then apologise. It should be easy. She called my son a racial slur at your birthday dinner and you laughed, I said. She didn't use that word. She didn't have to. You all knew exactly what she meant. My mum said I was twisting things. Said family forgives family. Then apologise. It shouldn't be difficult. Said I was choosing him over my own blood. What are you doing? Finish filming, honey, and I'll play with you. I closed the door in her face. Good for you. I bet that felt good. It keeps moving, I'm sorry. My fiance says I did the right thing, but I keep thinking about my niece and nephews losing their apartment. They didn't all say it, just one of them. And yeah, the others laughed, but they're kids too. But then I look at my son and I remember his face at that table. My family is saying I'm destroying lives over sensitivity, that I should be the bigger person. Was I wrong? No. I don't know why all the comments have been deleted on this. This seems weird. Does that mean this is a fake post? I hope this isn't a fake post, because people have asked me not to read fake posts, but I don't know how to identify them. I don't use AI like ever. The fucking audacity of these people is insane. You've also been their gravy train for 3 years, I think you said. They've had it good for 3 years and taken advantage of it. That shit's cut off. Am I the asshole for telling my brother he feels stuck in his marriage? I, 25 male, have a brother. We have been pretty close when we were all together, but I have lived in a few different cities in my life. And when we are not in the same place, we don't talk that often, other than an occasional call now and then. My brother got married a few years ago, and I think my sister-in-law is pretty awesome too. But I have noticed an attitude change in my brother recently. For context, I love my job. It's something I started and built myself during the pandemic, grinding away in my basement, and it started to show some results recently, and I'm making a comfortable wage. My brother had a similar idea to start his own business, but gave up on it since he wanted a stable income to support his new married life. Recently, he has started making snarky comments about how he would never turn his hobby into a job, how there is so much more to life than working, and how it's sad that I enjoy working so much. Well, I'm guessing it doesn't feel like work. Sure, but my job makes me genuinely happy, and it's been a rough year with my personal life, so I'm thankful there is a job I can throw myself into to get through tough times. He has also never said things like that before. It feels strange to hear this now. I mean, I have been dedicated to making work for the last few years, and have never heard something from him about it. Also, this might not be relevant, maybe, but we drink together often, and I have been trying to cut down on my drinking, and he also comments on a few weeks of not drinking is not going to clean your slate and make you sober. That sounds toxic. One conversation he stated, one should never turn a hobby into a job. It just went over the tipping point for me, and I let him have it. I told him it's not my fault he couldn't achieve his similar dreams because of his decision to get married, and maybe he's holding on to some resentment because he feels stuck in his own marriage and is taking it out on me. Damn! Okay, that's a bit of a jump. His face just dropped and told me I had no right to comment on his marriage, and how he was making these comments looking out for me as a brother and thinking I am making a mistake working so much. After a "how dare you," he left. That does make me feel maybe he is right and he was just making comments out of concern, but I cannot ignore the fact also that his snark felt so random and sudden. So Reddit, am I the arsehole? Yes and no. I think you're both arseholes. I think he was definitely an arsehole for making constant snarky comments that you can't turn your hobby into a job. Thousands of people do that every single day. You know, people who love coffee, open coffee shops, people who enjoy like reading, write books, people who enjoy doing makeup, created makeup channels or makeup in general, like look at Linda Hallberg. People who enjoy making music, you know, make huge careers out of it. So it's bullshit he was talking to you like that, 100%. But to bring up his marriage feels like you're holding it on to some sort of anger around the fact that he got married and maybe you didn't. Maybe he's in a place in his life that you're not. but you're also seemingly in a place in your life that he isn't. So it's one of those things that I always say is that comparison is the thief of joy. I heard it a while ago on like a TikTok a number of years ago, but it still stands true. If you compare yourself not only to other people, but even to what your expectation for what your life is, rather than appreciating what you have now, you will never ever appreciate the life you have whilst you're living it. So let's see what other people say. Reddit has deemed him the arsehole. Yeah, you're the arsehole for blaming your sister-in-law for your brother's unhappiness. He could have pursued a different career if he wanted to do so. It's not her fault that he made this choice. Why do wives get blamed for their husband's life choices? Thank you. I just don't understand why he was putting so much of this on the wife. Seriously, OP, reflect on why you place blame on his marriage for his lack of ambition, because that shit is ugly. You're both lifting yourselves up by insulting each other. You'll suck. Yeah, agreed. Your brother was making passive-aggressive snide remarks about what you do. Instead of addressing that, you attacked his marriage and his wife. Yeah, I just don't understand why he blamed his wife. Just one more short one. Am I the asshole for sending a dish home with the guest who brought it? Had some guests over the house yesterday. Specifically mentioned that we would have snacks. Someone took it upon themselves to make a dip, completely unprompted, and bring it to the house. It was a nice gesture for sure, but as they were leaving, I tried to give them their dish back so they could bring it home. They insisted on getting it another time, even though they had a bag with them to carry said dish. I jokingly mentioned, so what, you bring a dish to my house and now I have to clean it for you? You're basically bringing chores to my house.
Stop it. Get some help.
The guest then got incredibly pissed, called me rude, threatened to never bring anything over again, mentioning how they brought this out of kindness. 100%. Personally, if the dish had been forgotten, then I wouldn't have cared about cleaning it. But it wasn't forgotten, and they clearly refused to take it home when offering their dish back. Am I the arsehole here? Yes. Someone did something nice and you're complaining about cleaning a dish or when you're going to have to clean other shit too. So weird. They literally brought you free food as like as a party gift rather than bringing like a bottle of wine. Would you have sent them home with their bottle of wine? I doubt it. Anytime you think that is what Larry David would say on a TV show, take the extra second and make a different choice. Realistically, they did the socially appropriate thing by not showing up for a dinner empty-handed. And once they left, you had the choice of eating the dip or throwing it away. In either event, all you needed to do was say thank you and later return the dish. You're the arsehole. You're the arsehole. Your joke was rude and insulting. Tell them you don't have room in your fridge. Tell them you are leaving town and the dip will go bad. Tell them, no, really, it's easier if you take it now. That way we don't forget. Telling them they're bringing chores to your house was quite possibly the rudest way you could have gone about this. That person is just rude on top of rude on top of rude. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this a like and subscribe if you like it. I'd really appreciate it. We'll still be peppering Reddit videos in between my long format content, so if you enjoy this, make sure to give it a like. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye!